YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and we got a good one for you here today. I'm going to be making my rendition of Pollo Asado. So I've got 2 whole chickens here that I've halved. Look pretty good. They've been cleaned up, wiped them off with washed them with lemon juice, a little vinegar, and some fresh water. They've been sitting here in the pans. They're still pretty cold. I'm going to let them sit here until I gather this marinade. So, what is Pollo Asado? Pollo Asado is marinated chicken that is marinated overnight or for a day or two and then cooked over charcoals. Typically, the charcoals being of the mesquite variety. I don't have mesquite charcoal, but what I do have is Kingsford. And I won't be adding any wood to this recipe, but let's talk about the flavorings. Generally, you're going to have some type of fruit. In that fruit will be some type of citric acid as well as enzyme that help break down or help tenderize proteins. In this case, the protein will be chicken. I've taken a classic Pollo Asado recipe and made it my own. Let's get this out of the way so we can make our own Pollo Asado marinade. Now, I'm doing some things I like. I know the flavorings I like. You do what you like. So first off, I like to show you the peppers. These are peppers that I've roasted. I put them in Ziploc bags so they can steam, and then I scrape the skin off. So this is a green bell pepper. This is a red bell pepper. These are 2 Anaheim chilies. This is a green bell pepper, and then this one here, I can't think of the name, Poblano. That's what this one is. The seeds don't really bother me. I did pull the majority of the seeds out because my blender does not do a good job of breaking those seeds down. And I don't want them to burn because they're stuck to the chicken. These will come in here shortly. Now, I've got my blender here. I know it's a bit dark here. Let's see if I can get some light going on. Alright, the first things I'm going into my blender bucket with, I've got pretty much a whole head of garlic. I've got 2 mangoes. And I've got a knob of ginger. All going in. I've got a bunch of green onions. Whites are included. They have been rinsed into the bucket. Blender bowl, sorry. I've got curly leaf parsley. The stems and the leaves going in. I'm only stuffing this blender bowl because it can handle it. What it can't handle is getting things down to a pulp, which is what I would prefer. Now we're going to go in with cilantro, stems and leaves. Might have to do this in batches. I'll bring you guys back when I'm putting other items here in this blender bucket. All right, now I've got 2 charred oranges, bringing that citrusy, almost burnt but not really, charred flavor. And I've got 2 whole white onions. They're going in. I'll give these a squeeze. Get some of that pulp in there too. Don't mind. It's all going to be blended up anyway. I'll bring you guys up here shortly to see what I've got going on. Let me get this blended and I'll bring you guys back. Alright. The next few items we got going in, I'm going in with some salt. with some pepper. Going in with some Maggi, aka liquid seasoning. We're doing all this to taste. I'll taste this once it's all blended, and if it's not, I'll adjust it, the seasoning to my liking. Give it another blend. Going in with some oil. For this case, we're using chosen avocado. Soy sauce. This is less sodium. We've got a whole lot of marinade, so I want to make sure every bit of this marinade is flavorful. Going in with Sprite, 0 sugar, because I'm going to add my own. Then we're going to go in with a bit of brown sugar. Now I'm going to give this a mix. I won't keep you guys here while I do this. I'll bring you guys back so you can see what this marinade is looking like. Stay tuned. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add all of these peppers. Alright, peppers are going to bring the flavor, that charredness that I was able to achieve on those skins. Wasn't really worried about getting all of that charred off the actual veggies themselves. That's going to go into this, this marinade and make it quite delicious. I'll blend these up and bring you guys back. Alright, here's how our marinade is looking. I've tasted it. It's sweet, not too much. It's got a little background heat. It's actually excellent. And it's got a lot of earthiness and undernotes to it with all that greenery we put in here. So, I'm going to get my chicken into this brine. I'll bring you guys back when I'm doing that. And I'll get this to relaxing and resting in the fridge with this brine on it. I'm going to make sure to get under the skin as well. I want as much of this marinade in contact with the meat as possible. Now, once my meat has, tomorrow afternoon, when I get back from service, I'm going to remove that meat from the marinade, give it a good wipe off, and then I'm going to hit it real strong with this stuff here. Never had it before, but every store I go to, this Pollo Asado seasoning is staring me in my face, so I said I gotta try it. It looks delicious. I've never had any of these products before, but it has sea salt, dehydrated garlic, spices, sugared, dehydrated onion, paprika, chili pepper, black pepper, citric acid, rice concentrate, natural flavors, paprika extract. A lot of what we've already used in this marinade, but I feel like this is going to give us the punch that we need. Stay tuned. Alright, today we're using the briner bucket. I've already got 2 of my halves in there. I got marinade on the bottom and marinade on the top of that chicken. I'm going to go in here with the rest of my chickens. Doing them skin side down first. I've got one of these buckets for chicken, and I've got another for everything else. Let me give my hands a quick rinse. Actually, I don't have to do that. I got one dirty hand. Let's roll. Alright, and I'm going in there with my hands and massaging this stuff in and make sure everything's in contact. We get in there with our hands. Bit weird, but this is what this bucket is made for. Give it a flip. So I'm going to put you guys down. I'll finish getting these rubbed down and submerged with this beautiful marinade. And then this is going into my fridge. You guys won't see me until I've got a fire started. I think tomorrow we're going to roll with the Weber Smokey Mountain tomorrow. And then we're going to get it fired up. And we go on directly over those charcoals. Not like one of the Weber 22 inches. But we've got enough distance from those coals and from that fire. Right? So this is going to marinate overnight. And for a greater part of tomorrow, we're getting ready to take a trip. I think we're going to go to Puerto Rico for a little bit. Maybe for the next week or so. I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting this off and onto that fire. Stay tuned. Here, wash the old hands. Do the rinse. YouTube, welcome back. Here are my chickens removed from that marinade. Again, I'm making a well-seasoned marinated chicken my way. Not sure what I'm gonna call this video yet, but it'll be a good one. I can smell this chicken. It smells absolutely phenomenal. So again, I've removed the majority of the chunks of that marinade off. I'm going to give these a flip. We're going to refer to this side, the bone side, as the back side, and then the skin side will be our presentation side, which means we will be seasoning the skin side last. Now, these are to eat, and these will be pretty, I know they will. A lot of that marinade that we use is going to make sure we get some excellent color on this chicken. So now I'm going to go in with my Pollo Asado seasoning. Can you see that? And we're going to hit these off heavily. Nice and heavy. Could also reintroduce some black pepper to this. Let me get this open. This smells awesome. You smell citrus. And then what I had hoped to do with this marinade is mirror the citrus in this rub. I think I've done that with the use of that orange juice. I'm sorry, those orange juice from those charred oranges that I got over the fire on the grill. I did not get that on camera, but I did show you guys that those oranges were charred before I juiced them. I also put mango in this. So again, we're trying to mirror those flavors. I've got another rub. I'm not using it today. It is like a smoky lime rub. That would have been great with this. I don't think it's necessary. I can smell lime or dry lime in this Pollo Asado seasoning. Alright. I don't want to just go awkwardly heavy on this, but again, wanting to mirror some of those seasonings. I think this rub is going to be a bit more pungent than my actual marinade was. It's fine. We're going to get this patted in. And we're going to get them all flipped over. Get them all flipped over. Looking beautiful, smelling good already. Can only wait to see what they're going to smell like over those coals. Alright. Okay, so we're going to, again, I know this marinade worked because I've been looking at the actual meat, not the skin, and that meat is denatured. Alright, that's going to be good. I'm going to get under these wings so we get a nice heavy coating. So now I'm going to get this back into the fridge, give this rub some time to tack up, and then we're going to get these on the grill. I'm going to go ahead and start a fire on my Weber Smokey Mountain. That's how we roll it, because that's how I'm feeling today. And I'll see you guys back when I'm getting ready to put these on a pit. I suppose this cook is going to take anywhere from 1.5 hours to 2, maybe a bit over 2 hours, slightly short of 3 hours. Cooking direct, not using no water pan. We're going to go right over those hot charcoals. Again, I believe the Weber Smokey Mountain, you have about 5 feet or so, maybe a bit more over those hot charcoals. So what we're going to have is these juices and greases from this chicken dropping down on those coals, disintegrating and coming back up in the form of smoke and steam for an awesome flavor. You'll be able to smell it neighborhood wide. Stay tuned. All right, here's how we're looking. Weber Smokey Mountain coming up to temp. You can see right there in the center I've got all my hot coals. I did not fill that basket up. It's about halfway full. And we're gonna let it rock. I'm gonna let it come up to temp. I wanna see temps of 275, 300, even a bit over 300. We're dealing with chicken. Part of this Pollo Asado recipe is that you wanna build up some char. I'm more than likely gonna remove this top grate. I might wait till later in the cook. When I put the chicken skin side down, I'll put it on that lower grate so we can get some great rendering, some great color going on. Stay tuned. All right, here's how we're looking. I came back outside to give it a nice touch up. Never fails. It seems like anytime I'm cooking outside, we're gonna have some high winds. That's looking about right. Smelling awesome already. So we're gonna give this 30 to 45 minutes. That'll be my first checkpoint. Come out and look. If we got good color on the underside, I'll go ahead and start flipping these chickens, but the majority of this cook will be done bone side down. Later on in the cook, I'm gonna move all the chicken down to the that bottom grate, and hopefully, if my charcoals have enough power left in them, towards the end of this cook, I'll give them a nice sear. Stay tuned. All right, I wanna see which color we've got built. So 30 minutes in, I made a game time decision. I took all this chicken off the top rack. You can see I removed some of the flavoring. That's fine. And I put it on the bottom rack. Left the vent open. I have a large vent here on the side that's used for emptying or putting in more charcoals. I did drop a piece of onion in here, so that's smelling quite delicious. I want to check and see what type of color we have under these. Should be a whole lot better than when I last checked. See, that's looking real good. I think we can go. Thinking we can go another 10-15 minutes before we go ahead and flip. Looking pretty good. We got some more time on those. It's looking good. That color's coming through. Yep. Of course, these edges on this cooker are hotter than anything else. I'm gonna let this keep cooking. I'll come back in another 15-20 minutes and then base whether we're going to go ahead and flip or not. Stay tuned. All right, came out here to see how we're doing and what type of color we've got on that front side. We're finishing this cook up. Let's see what we're looking like. Hear that juice going? Oh yeah, that's what we want. Some good color. Not looking for that skin to be crispy because I had it in moisture, but you see that juice. See that juice coming on out. These are still juicy. All right. Like the color on that one. Let's get it to where we can set these back down. I think I'm gonna pull these, get a good temp ready, and then get that fire back up so I can go ahead and sear those tops off. I like the color that we're getting. Good char. That skin is busting. I think we're gonna be about done. Give me a little bit. Let me set this grill back up so I can get some high heat rolling, and so I can get this right over those charcoals. Stay tuned. All right, we got these chicken halves. These are the last two I'm doing. We're finishing directly over these hot coals, getting some good char, not burning. We're going for a few minutes per side, and what I'm doing is just playing the turning game. So take it, go ahead and give it a turn, nice press. The different flavors going on here, you can smell that. Now we're doing more direct grilling directly over the charcoals instead of not so much space. Nice press. Make sure that skin, again, we're not really going for crispy skin because I had it sitting in that wet marinade. But what I do want is to get some excellent char on that skin. See, these backside have charred up nicely. You see bits of that green marinade as well. And I'm going to give these, this part we're going for a few seconds at a time, guys. And eventually I'll go ahead and switch these. All right. I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to cut into these. Looking good, smelling good. Stay tuned. All right. Here's the finished product. I'm going to take one of these chicken halves and break it down for you guys on camera. I'm getting ready to fix plates. It's gotten a bit late. I started this cook a bit late. So I like the crust that we were able to get. You can still smell that marinade. It smells quite unctuous, quite delicious. I like the pullback we were able to get on this chicken half. You know, I'm not going to recap what we did because the process was rather long. I will have all of the ingredients into that marinade and times down below in the description. Let's go ahead and cut into this. It's definitely tender. So just remember, some of those fruits that we use, again, they have enzymes in them that assist in breaking down meat. Right, that's one of the reasons why I use them in the marinade. Right, now they also have a bit of sugar, so ooh, that looks good. So we're gonna leave that there. Let's go ahead. Okay, that looks good. Still juicy. Crispy skin, although that was not the goal. Still very juicy. Chicken's gonna pull away from the bone. This is gonna be for one of my kids. And then there's that thigh. Let's get that thigh, still juicy. Never really had a problem keeping thighs juicy. I do want to cut into this breast, and that's the quite delicious. You get a bit of that char, little sweetness, a lot of savoriness. Let's see if we can. Really good. So this chicken is kind of reminiscent of jerk chicken. However, I didn't put all of the ingredients into this marinade that I would have in a jerk chicken. Right, let's see if we can get a few slices. Still juicy. This is hot. I've had it hot holding in my oven at 275. That breast is still juicy. So smells like a good barbecue chicken. Alright, so let's look at what we got here. Can you guys see that? This is juicy. It's still quite piping hot. See another piece? I want to get some of those juices. See that? It's quite delicious. I'm gonna cut a piece of that fat off. I don't want all that fat. Piece of that thigh. Very good. Now, I haven't always been the best at chicken. As far as telling when it's done, there's always been a nemesis. However, I think we nailed this. I've got a lot of chicken. Whatever we don't eat tonight will be for my meal prep, and whoever else wants to take lunch to work. Guys, if you haven't done so, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be Smokehouse out. Until next time.